Hello, my name is Adriana Teodoro-Dier. I am an intuitive reader, and I've got a message for the fire signs. This is for Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Before we get to your reading, I wanted to invite you to check out my website, True Guidance Tarot, that's all one word, .com. I have a lot of awesome readings on there. I've got wellness readings for your whole spiritual, emotional, physical being. I've got relationship readings, deep readings if you're ready to go there. And these are all available right now for 50% off. And the reason for this discount is that I really wanted to extend the opportunity to everyone right now, everyone who's feeling a little bit lost or confused, to tap into this really specific personal guidance for you. And if your heart and soul is crying out for this, I just wanted to make sure that it's available to you. So if that's of interest, please check out my website. There's also a link in the description below. So your message for right now, we have got the Five of Wands going into the Six of Cups, meeting up against the Two of Wands, and Three of Pentacles going into the Hanged Man. So the short message of your reading is do not get ahead of yourself. And what's interesting is that we've got kind of a cross flow going on. You've got the wands going off this way and the rest of the reading going towards my left elbow. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. You are so eager to know the future. You just want to know what's going to happen. You've worked yourself up into a state about this. The Five of Wands is not a comfortable, calm card. It's a card that's like, I've got to get this done. I've got to find this out now. And even if it's hard, even if it's like running uphill, or even if it's like sprinting uphill, you're like, no, I got to do this. And your adrenaline's pumping and you're just going. So you've got that feeling because you're so determined to know what the future holds. But part of you, I believe your higher self, whoever I'm talking to, is saying, slow down a second. Six of Cups here. Can you see? It's a very innocent card. It's a little girl in the forest and she's having a tea party with her stuffed animals and there's like fairies and floating fish around her. So it's saying, calm down for a second. Let's take some time out, return to that state of carefreeness, of innocence, where you were a child and everything was okay. You were all right to get lost in your worlds because things were just simpler. And that's what it's asking you to do. You're getting yourself all pent out of shape, trying to figure out what the heck all of this is going to mean. And they're saying, slow down, stop it, make your life a little simpler right now. Because what is going to happen on the other side is not what you're really anticipating it's going to be. You're anticipating a lot of hardship. But what they're actually saying to you is it's going to be a lot of slow building, slow rebuilding. And it's going to involve a lot of surrender. And that's not a word that fire signs like to hear. Surrender, patience, yeah, those are all your most favorite words in the world, right? So surrender means pay attention to timing. And you are really good at that. You do have a strong intuition when you're listening to it. Pay attention to timing because everything is going to be rebuilt and attenuated in the right timing, but you cannot rush it. That's what's going on here. You're so bound and determined to rush it that actually that's going to cause harm to what's going on. So you know how Roundup works, the weed killer, it's a growth stimulant. So it actually makes the weed grow too fast and then it dies, right? Like a firecracker. So if you put too much pressure on what's going to happen with rebuilding the future, if you try to rush that, it's going to build too fast, but it's going to be very hollow inside and it's just going to fall down. And so they're saying you really need to be patient and make sure that you are calmly and quietly listening to that sense of timing that says, oh yeah, it's time to do this. It's time to put this foundation in place. It's time to do this now. And be open to working with other people to do this, okay? This is not about just you exerting your will on the world. This is about you collaborating with someone else, with other people, so that we can all rebuild this future together, which sounds super cheesy, but that's really what's going on. This is not about you and what's going to happen to you or what the future even looks like. This is you slowing down, trusting that everything's happening in the right time, and knowing that if you are willing to surrender to timing and working with others, your future is going to be totally fine. So that's all I got for you. Hope that was helpful. Again, if you're curious about your own personal message beyond that one, Please check out my website, reach out in the comments. Would love to hear from you. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good one.